Hello and welcome. This is Theresa, and today is January 14th, and I'm doing my Junk Journal January 2025 prompt for balance. So, the first thing I had to do was I had to look up what artistic balance is. Hello and welcome. And do you hear that? I didn't turn my sound off. And I'm doing my Junk Journal January 2025 prompt. There, you got to hear me twice. Okay. And I'm going to get rid of this closed caption. Okay. Now, and I think I better adjust or not. No, it's good. Alrighty. As I was about to say, I'm doing my Junk Journal January 2025 prompt for balance. Just a very quick little bit about me. I'm a hobbyist crafter. I love to craft. And sometimes I might even be able to do something that is inspiring to the junk journaling community. Okay, what page do I want to work on? Let's see. I worked on this page last. This was the 12th. Can't put anything. Maybe I could put something here. That might work. First thought was that's too small, but it actually might be good. And if I need, no, I can't. I was thinking I could make it bigger by putting something on the back, but I can't. All right, so let's try and use this space right here. So I have a note over here. These are the type of journals that I use right now. I use these and I use these for everyday stuff, planning, and that sort of thing. This is what I use when I'm writing. Playing is when I do this sort of thing. And when I get artistic is when I do this sort of thing. However, I'm going to talk about this altered book that I'm doing right now and how I'm going to try and bring those two worlds of mine together. Okay, so here's my note. Here's my note that I did for myself. For balance. So I thought of how I might want to put this in a grid. And in each of the 4 sections, I wanted to think about objects, color scheme, texture, and space. And then I wrote myself a note for to get ready to pre-select enough objects for 6 spaces, a color scheme that I wanted to use, textures such as paper, fabric, tea paper, and texture space. So, like I put a note here that this might be butterflies and people. So this might be more butterflies and people and so on. So, did I pre-select anything? No. Come on. Who are we trying to get? I'm just going to tear this page out instead of trying to fight this. Okay, so this is kind of small, but I still think it will work. Let's see. Is this a pocket? Yes, it is. Objects, color scheme, texture, space. All right, what are we going to do for a color scheme? So much for planning ahead. I get to a certain point and then I stop. All right, so anything that is here is going to have to be white. That's my only choice. So I'm looking for my white gel pen. And I keep trying to see a pretend grid here. So anything that is here can be different colors. So I'm going to grab my Stampin' Up! Markers. Ooh, I got another idea. I changed my mind. I don't have to succumb to the black space. I can use this acrylic titanium white paint. If I can open the lid. And I'm going to use my finger tool. So how's everybody doing tonight? I hope you're doing well. I just posted on my Facebook group page, whatever, at Junk Journaling United yesterday, an idea that I have about a collab. I've never done a collaboration that I designed, developed, executed, whatever on my own. I've joined other collaborations and I've been a guest for a couple of collaborations. 2, 3, at least 3. One Christmas, one for Junk Journal Madness, one for How Do You Do, and one was, I'm not going to, well, yeah, I am. One was for a craft room organization hop. All of which were a lot of fun. Now, I'm going to try and stay still here so I can get this side. That's why I initially said, oh, I'm not going to do that, because I know it's going to be a challenge for me. All right, we'll call that good. Let me grab a white, and I'll be right back. Anyways, please go visit my group, Junk Journaling United, and take a look at my idea and comment what you think about it. If you've got any further ideas about it. My goal is to have something ready to go in March. That's my goal. Dry, 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 dry. I was just curious what that would look like if I did that. That dries pretty fast. That's good. Okay, dry, 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 dry. Now, we're going to, do we want to think about texture first? No, texture can be the top layer. So space is ongoing as far as thinking about. I just have to write notes about this. Texture is top layer. Color scheme is ongoing. And objects will be bottom layer for the most part. Because I'm not really going to use people and butterflies. Let's see. I think I just want to doodle. I keep going back to the idea of doodling. So let's start with that. So what colors do I want? I think I want, let's go with bold colors. Well, let's see. Let's do this one, this one, excuse me, and this one. Let's do that. Okay, now we're going to start with a marker. And is that dry? I think it's still tacky. Let me hit it with the heat gun real quick. And even before I do that, I'm going to grab a stencil. Let's do this. This is called cheating doodling or mark making. And then I'm also going to put the same thing to the point that I can down here. Not going to show up as good. Okay. Now I'm going to do a couple here. Now usually I don't think this hard about balance when I'm doing a project. I just do it. I'm not an artist. I'm just a hobbyist. I'm just a crafter that likes to have fun. So I was watching Darcy's video earlier, and she made me laugh as she usually does. I'm going to use a different color. She was working on cleaning up her craft room, her desk specifically, and she was talking about how did she say it? Something about basically people like me who always has to have a tidy craft room, almost always. I'm not going to say that I never get messy. Heavens no. But um, she was talking about how, there's different types of people and blah, blah, blah. And I'm trying to get to the part that really made me laugh. And she goes, something about they're a little judgy, but they can't help themselves. I just started cracking up laughing when she said that. It was just funny to me. Okay. Now, let's see. That's good for that. I'm working on keeping balance, and I'm trying to keep space, which a stencil does a good job of having a uniform space. And then I think I'm going to take another stencil, something real pretty, like this one. Let's use my... No, let's use this one. Okay. So we're going to get I think I'll use a dauber. What color? So I've got brown, green, and orange. So let me find my inks. Let's use crayons. Those are handy. So let's bring another color maybe. How about scattered straw? I don't know how this is going to work, but we shall give it a... No, it's not going to work. Nah, it's not. I don't want to waste my distress crayon. That won't work. Oh, goodness. Here we go. No, not those. Nope. Yes. Oh, come off of there. Okay, I need a dauber. Hi, Adria. Nice to see you again. Crash bang, huh? Let's see if I can make this happen after all that effort. Again, the prompt that I'm doing is balance. Not great, but oh well. Okay. Very light focal point. Uh, Background for a focal point is what that's going to be. Okay. Kind of want some more of this on the other side. I think I can do that. Where'd that go? I've been watching Louisa Heinzel's craft room videos. I took some notes. I mean, yes, I am an extreme crafter, but I am an extreme crafter like Louisa Heinzel. Some of my ideas are already stuff that I've seen from what Louisa has done, that I've seen during her sneak peeks or whatever. Okay, so let's see. We've got some objects. We've got a color scheme going. We've got our space. So now we need some more objects. But what I had thought to do for that was to start doodling. And I'm going to do what I do on this side to this side, up and down, because I'm focusing on being balanced. Now, at another time, I might just go crazy and do a little bit of something different everywhere. All depends on the mood. Remember, there's no rules with junk journaling. I just love that if I do what I consider to be a mistake, I go, oh, Nope, it's junk journaling. It's all good. Okay. So then for these, I think I will do lines. And then we can just throw some other doodling in. This is all too big. Okay, I'm leaning towards, let's see, there's another small one down here. This looks nice. Okay, I'm leaning towards this or this. This is an image from the Queen Victoria era. And this is just a cabinet card digital that I had. I like this one. Ooh, I lost a couple subscribers lately. That doesn't surprise me. I kind of suspected it would happen. I'm not always really politically correct on my channel. And when I know I've been, let's say, a little bit more unpolitically correct, I expect to lose subscribers. But that's okay. This is my channel, and this is my fun channel. And I'd love to share with folks. And if you want me to share with you, I'm happy to do that. If you don't, that's fine too. Even though they unsubscribed, I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if they didn't come back to visit. And that's cool too. Because you know we all get nosy and we want to know what's going on. At least I can say that for me. And this is my idea of balance. I tried to like make somewhat the same distance from top to bottom here. And I just tried to make it all balanced. And like I say, I'm not an expert. I don't really know what I'm doing, but this is my rendition. Often wonder when I see people um, enter the live and then leave right away. I often wonder if they think that I can see them. And so they leave real quick. But if you've ever done a live, you'll know that you can't be seen. And the person doing the live doesn't know you're there until you say something in the chat. Man, I was jonesing for a live yesterday. I was trying to find one and I could not find one to save my life. I was just bored and I didn't feel like crafting. Let's see, yesterday I did my flip through of the Ephemerimber journal, and I did my day 13 and posted it on Instagram, which reminds me, I have posted a lot of my daily prompts on Instagram for this collaboration. I'm not going to do all videos for these, just some of them, and the rest will be posted on Instagram. And that's what I decided to do for this particular collaboration. And that was just a very small area to craft in, but I had a lot of fun with that. And I'm really happy to see how it turned out. Okay, I want to do one more thing because I just like the way it looks. I like how these little flowers are in the middle. And this is kind of like, these are kind of like a bush to me. There. Now I'm completely happy with that. Except let's put some gold splatter on there. shall we? I want to take my box. And I think I'm going to do something different. I think I'm going to use my wild wheat. This is the light. I want the dark. Alcohol marker to do the splatter this time. Okay, that's done. Got alcohol ink all over me. All right. So where are we gonna put the date and everything? Hi, Joan. I'm doing good. Let's see. I think it's just you and me right now because the number says 2 watching now. I think Adria popped back out. Today is the 14th, right? Yep. 1/14. I'm doing good. I had a very productive day of work. That always makes me feel good. It's cold here, but oh, okay. You finished your prompt 14, but the video won't be up until Friday. Because it takes a lot. I know when, or maybe you just don't have time to get it up. Hey, Joan. I said earlier in the video, but yesterday I posted in my group, Junk Journaling United, about a collaboration idea that I have that I want to try and do for March. So if you get a chance, will you go take a look at that and read through my ideas? And if you have any thoughts, I'd love for you to comment, and I'd love for you to participate if you wanted to. That would be cool. I still haven't put the... Oh, really? You didn't sleep last night because of the full moon? Is it too bright in your room when there's a full moon? Do you have maybe fibro? Is that why you have a hard time sleeping? Okay, it didn't. Oh, I haven't. Did I change that to a 5? I think I still have that on a 4. Oh my gosh, is that true? Nope, I changed it to a 5. It's just not showing up. Anyways, I haven't got the groundwork all in place for my idea, but a real quick synopsis of it is I want to do a like a journey through making a junk journal process. I'm playing with trying to come up with a catchy idea. I need a hashtag, and then I want to break it out into sections. So like first would be the cover and the closure. And I would do that one because I'd want to launch the collaboration. Oh, I'd love that, Joan. Yeah. Okay. So she said she got some great pictures of the full moon. So then, like, the collaboration is my thoughts on it is to put it together in a way where it's helpful for people to see the steps broken down, kind of like how Joey DeFee does, and broken down into bite-sized steps. And then is one goal that I had in mind. Second goal is to have guest collaborators. So to be able to give folks like you, Joan, and other folks that have YouTube channels a chance to maybe get some exposure for your channel. And then the next thing is to let folks know that they're invited to collaborate and to join. And so if they use the hashtag and we follow, we see their stuff, we'll be like, oh, good, other people joined in. So it's not just Theresa's deal. It's not just Theresa and guest deal. It's everybody that wants to participate. I would love that, Joan, if you would do that. Yes. Because it's the first time I have thought of and wanted to execute a collaboration on my own. I participated in a few, but this will be my baby, and I'm really kind of excited about the idea. So, and then, so break it down into sections: cover, closure, uh, pages, folios. Let's see, signature folios. So that was another thing I wanted to focus on, was to give more exposure to that terminology, folio, because we hear the word folio when, say, somebody talks about, oh, look, I made a folio. And it's basically, like a cardstock thing or scrapbook paper, heavier stuff that they fold in half and it maybe has a closure and stuff. But the thing is whether you're in a book like this, that anything that's bound together is one big page folded in half. And this is for you folks who don't think about this as much. So that's a folio. So if I were to put this directions that I did for today's prompt into a journal and I were to fold it in half, some people would call this a page, but this is a folio. And this folio makes 1, 2, 3, 4 pages. And then several of these put together, like we have here, is a signature. So this is one signature sewn into a binding. And then we have journals that have 2 signatures sewn in, 3 signatures, so on and so forth. So then the next section is, let's see, signature, about pages, like background pages, decorated pages, it might be fabric pages, different things like that. I've started to flesh that out a bit in my post on Junk Journaling United. And then talks about ephemera and the different ephemera components like pockets, belly bands, tucks, so on and so forth. And then it will talk about decorative ephemera like clusters, these sewn strips. What else? This is more of a cluster. All of it's pretty much cluster. And that's the thing is, even me, I try to write this stuff down so I can talk the talk, but I even forget. Like, this isn't a cluster, this is an embellishment. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be fun, but I am going to have some participation because I can't do it on my own. I may try, but would probably fail if I tried to do it all on my own. So, anyways, that's what I have for you today. And as always, Joan, thank you for coming and visiting. Adria, if you've come back, um, thanks also to you for visiting tonight. But Joan just said, "Oh, I love sewing in my journal," and yes, ma'am, so do I. In fact, that's why this lace paper is a lot of fun to do because there's so much sewing on it. Yep, I love to sew in my journal too. Okay, guys, thanks again, and I hope you have a great rest of your night. Joan, I hope you get some sleep tonight, and I hope to see you